and yeah, I'm going to just have a talk about the non-traditional education, introduction to the accelerated programs. Hang on, yeah. First of all, I'm going to read this for you, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk this morning. And I'm going to read this passage for you first. Okay, non-traditional education introduction to the accelerated program. So non-traditional education is equivalent to the education that is not traditionally, like you're going to university, you're going to attend school, you're going to attend the lectures, and the lectures would teach certain topic to you, and then in the end you will get a test, you will get an assessment, then you will know your result, and you will be graduated in a few years, and it's the same as in high school. But the non-traditional education is just like doing a course which is maybe lead to no assessment, no test, no graduation, but just for your information, only for your knowledge. But this kind of organization, which is really good for some of us, because it might be give you some knowledge about something that you don't know, that's something we need to learn, and in order to advance our knowledge in the society or in the world or community. And I'm going to read the quote for by Sean, cited by Burden in 2003. It says, "It's extraordinary that sometimes you have to journey to a place totally outside your normal environment to discover the parts of yourself that help you to recognize what can be done in your own backyard." So which means that the non-traditional education and which another word is the accelerated programs, and help you to advance it, and it's not like you're doing at home doing online program, and which is scheduled, which is like in a confined situation where you have need to do certain thing, but it is a course that help you to improve yourself as a human being, and in anything that you not like you know, you don't know, that you learn from that, from the course and program, and you might get some knowledge of it. You know, it's not it's probably the program has a no test, no. And for example, like as a women, we might have a good idea to have a course like for younger women, or maybe for women who is needed this kind of course, like how to be self-confidence and not blaming yourself as a victim, you know, to something that we have to self observation and self searching, soul searching of as a women what we have done wrong. I think in the courses like that, you know, for more experienced people, I'm not really expertise in teaching women, but I was suggesting maybe a good course for teaching women that what they should do and should not do in order to protect themselves from like sexual assault or anything as a victims of rape or and all this. Forgive me for a little bit straightforward, and I think it's a bit too bright. I'm going to adjust the light a little bit lighter. Hang on just a minute. Oh no, yeah. Maybe a bit too bright. Hang on, just sorry about that. Oh, no good. All right, still too bright. Okay, might have just turn it off a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, maybe it's a good time that we can educate the young women who is at work, and teaching them how to be self-protected. You know, like when you are in a working situation, at night time there's a party, and involved in drinking alcohol and all that, and how to avoid yourself to go into this situation, because you should concentrate in your own work, and instead of going out for alcohol and then you get drunk and then you get sexual rape by some people. And this is I mean this is happen to some people, because I think sometimes we yeah, of course we can blame on the other people who rape you, but you sometimes you need to reflect yourself what you have been doing wrong, self searching, soul searching. Sorry, I don't think this is a good light. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I just changed a bit a lighter light, because I think that is too dark. Yeah, maybe that's better. No. Wait a minute. All right. No. Yeah, too bright. It's still too bright a little bit. Yeah, I think that's more normal. Okay. Now we need to educate ourselves, not blame ourselves as a victim. You know, instead from all these situations that you have encountered, instead of making yourself as a victim, you can learn from it. You can learn from what has been you have been going through. And if you are not many times as a human being, we are not God, we are not perfect. Many times we are learning through encounter in some certain situation, and through that we can learn, and we learn to be how to be self-protected, like you know how to become a person who can help to protect yourself, and you love yourself, and you're not subject to any kind of situation where you get involved in like um, harming by other people. You can help yourself by self-help and self-teach, self-taught, and all this you can help yourself to become a person who can be confident and not blaming other people for whatever certain things happening, but to in soul searching, which is so much better, because when you blame yourself, you blame other people, and you yourself will be a victim, and that will in a long-term situation you will become someone who is like you can't improve at all, because you cannot grow from that situation, and you have to really soul searching if you will encounter that kind of situation. And another thing that I want to say, that maybe it is a good time for a program like women program to teach women in work, young women, how they are combat in the situation like that, how they can self protect, not subject to rape or subject to any kind of situation that harming the young girls, and we can teach them through the women's program. And I actually have a very good introduction to a relationship coach, and I'll put the link down below. If you have any problem regarding like men and women, and I can put a link down below, you can click that, and there's a relationship coach, and she can really teach women how to become self-confident, not blaming on yourself, not regarding yourself as a victim, but to stand up, because regarding yourself as a victim is a very negative concept. I don't think it is good for the society. Instead, you focusing on yourself, how to be self-development, how to be grow as a woman, and instead of blaming other people, blaming yourself, but you know, take this situation as a grow, as a development into a more better person, and you would be successful. Okay, now we're back to this topic again. Sorry, I need the light. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, again, I pick around with the muck around with all that. All right, bear with me. So I'm coming back to the topic again is non-traditional education. Okay, it may be a good idea. Huh? We have a women program for teaching young women at work. So modern society phenomena. So I have gave you the quote already before by Shaw in 2001, cited by Burton. I'm going to read the quote again. It's extraordinary that sometimes you have to journey to a place totally outside your normal environment, to discover the parts of yourself that help you recognize what can be done in your own backyard. So, self-reflection, okay? Now, modern society phenomena. Today, non-traditional education comprises most colleges with no rigorous assessment of the context, process of outcomes. Urodowski in 2003 stated that we are in a new world of learning, no longer bound by the convention of the past. Higher education has the following phenomena: online learning, technologically mediated learning, and accelerated learning. And what I was just talk about is called the accelerated learning. Accelerated learning means that you can advance yourself in a higher level. You not stick into this level, but you can heighten yourself in the higher level through self-development or through the program. From the knowledge of the program, then you can soul searching, and all this will be good for you as a human being. Okay. Now, almost 75% of undergraduate students today are considered non-traditional. Why? Because they are attend the college part-time, financially independent, delaying enrollment into college beyond high school graduation. So now we are going back to the topic about the modern society phenomena of the education. Today, the modern society, we subject to the education which is not traditional. Sorry, have to turn back to normal again. And we are subject to the education which is like modern society, where we go and attend the class, we go and attend the program. Maybe we don't take a test, and this is just a course to advance our skill, advance our as a human or as a character, and how to make yourself, develop yourself, and heighten yourself in a higher level of knowledge, higher level of how to say, the self-esteem, or anything that is innerly development, where you can really help yourself to know yourself more through this kind of program. I think it is a really good one, because traditionally program, it just helps us to gain knowledge. We don't have much time to think about what the idea or the context or content of the program. So through non-traditional program, we can have a chance to really know about what we are achieving, or what we want, through self-reflection, through self-study and all that. You have more time, you're not subject to a rush and all that. Yeah, I think this is a good kind of good idea. It's non-traditional education is a good idea. All right, and now I turn the light on again. I have to back to the topic again, and let you know what the researchers and the professional want us to know. So given the upper situation and demand from jobs and families, they prefer programs that are time efficient and responsive to their needs and lifestyle. This is talk about the non-traditional education, because most of us, we are working, and we don't have time to attend the courses or the university courses and all that. So we are more happy to have a flexible time and a schedule for our courses. So So the question is how to provide a quality education and how to remain true to the mission and how to be an agent of equitable and social and economic improvement in a global world and to promote how to promote a rigorous assessment and research or discard the idea. Okay, so so the facts about accelerated program is it is a totally adult-oriented world of learning. Carson in 2003 cited the fact that about accelerated programs. It represents a new mental model of learning. It is grounded in adult maturity and responsible engagement in the world beyond the classroom. And it combines both program structure and learning designs directed to adult action, adult work identity, and adult competence. So learning designs are adult-based, completion-based, and community-based. So how to enhance the accelerated programs? Scott in 2003 studied the instructional and classroom attributes that would enhance the accelerated programs. So number one is instructor enthusiasm and experience. And number two is action learning. I'm going to talk about action learning in a minute. And number three is about classroom interaction. Number four is good course organization. And number five, student input. And number six, collegial classroom atmosphere. And number seven, relaxed learning environment. So we know that to enhance the accelerated program, we must have a very enthusiastic instructor and also action learning where we can each of the participants in the accelerated program can contribute the sorry about the bird. Okay, we have a bird, a kind of bird. Those who are not in Australia, you know that we have a kind of bird called crows. They're making lots of noises, especially here in the morning. So forgive about that. So we need action learning, which means that each of the participants can contribute their knowledge and their ideas into the class, and they have discussing about certain ideas, or if anyone have the questions, they can ask questions and lead into discussion and all that, interaction. And then classroom is another word is classroom interaction. And good course organization, how to organize good course. Even in non-traditional accelerated programs, we need a good organization, even though they have no test, maybe, perhaps, no assessment, but we still need, I think students too bright, okay, sorry. We still think that we need some really good course organization, a organized classroom with both the teachers, instructors, and the students, okay? And also student input. So we are sitting in a class, we're not doing any favor if we are keeping quiet, silence. We need to make some noise, speaking up and talk about something, and then have we done anything wrong, and what should we do, and what should we do to improve the situation, and all this discussing in the class before going out to the society to complain about everything. We need to discuss it in the class and to ask everybody's opinion. Is it acceptable to go out and put yourself and convey your knowledge to other people? We need to have a discussion among the participants in the class before everything goes out. So collegial classroom atmosphere and relaxed learning environment, because accelerated learning is actually a very relaxed learning, because we are not subject to the time schedule, or we're not subject to the assessment, we're not subject perhaps not the test, maybe have a little bit quiz, maybe perhaps. And so it's a very relaxing kind of atmosphere. So from actually learning is best to achieve when we have the atmosphere which is relaxing and enjoying and not subject to tension or stress. Learning can take place when it is relaxing, and you know, your brain can work well with all this, not in tension but in relaxation. So that's why it is very important to do meditation or to do self-reflection and to do self-affirmation or anything to relax your mind, not tense up. And then because in the tense or stress situation, we tend to do things wrong. So we have to focus on if we want to convey something to the society, we have to focus on first do the meditation first for yourself, and then you do your self-reflection, and then do some self-affirmation, and then you have feeling that you have intuitive will tell you, should I do this, should I do that, you know, and you trust your instinct and trust your own intuitive, everything will be right. Okay, um, this is from personal experience. Okay, now how to study within the accelerated programs as to keep on track. Okay, the idea of accelerated program is using instructor-led self-study information as a guide to improve. Then the learners are working in isolation with occasional short bursts of teacher-led group learning without some period of separation from peers, teachers, and cultures. Adults will mimic. Sorry about the bird. Sorry, I'm just going to close the window and be quiet. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. So we are up to the section where we talk about how to study within the accelerated program, so as to keep on track. So with increased short bursts of teacher-led group learning without some period of separation from peers, teachers, and culture, adults will mimic attentively the views and preference of the majority. Also, weekly initiation into the typical adult classroom is to, for example, to imagine the common sense, the public opinion, and conventional wisdom. And then reinforce each time learners come together in a classroom. There were other chances to explore or open to by paraphrasing what she feels others are thinking or what to think. So we living in a society where we need in need of one another. So it's a very hard society to live with a blaming for other people. We blaming them of what actually we have the half of responsible of what's going wrong and what's happening, and through this blaming we are becoming the victim. Victim is a very bad concept because it is a very negative concept. So in order not to blame other people, not to become a victim of blaming yourself and all that, we need to have a really self-reflection. I have said all the time about self-reflection, self-examination of what you have been going wrong and what we can do to improve ourselves as a human being, as a woman perhaps, and so that we can improve. We are blaming other people, blaming yourself is not going to work because it is going to wasting time, wasting energy, and wasting your own self, how to say, your reflection in a society as a person. And of course not many people will say that we should not blame ourselves, we should blame other people, but this is not a good idea of so the most important thing is we have to take up of our own responsibility, and as a person, as an adult, we know that what we should do and what we should not do, and what should we not do in order to lead to that kind of situation, and in order to help us to stand firm so they're not involved in any bad situation or anything that happening to us which is no good. So we can avoid that by keeping ourselves informed and keeping ourselves the knowledge about not doing certain thing or doing certain things, because not everybody in the society are good. Some good people, some bad people. So we have to be careful to avoid ourselves involved in the situation that involve harm on ourselves. Okay, use our common sense, and also sometimes your own intuition will tell you what is right and what is wrong. Okay, now back to the topic again. The reality of future accelerated program. So according to Hansen and Kennedy in 2003, the accelerated programs are growing and becoming more and more popular among the older adults seeking higher education. Sometimes the accelerated program and the non-traditional program and can slowly lead you to traditional program, which is a good idea, because I think the first step we should do non-traditional programs and slowly lead to traditional program, which is a good idea for people who have no experience in involved in education or involved in any studies when they were young, and when they were it is a good idea that help you to step into another step, which is traditional setting in the university or in a college or higher school, and which is to do the non-traditional accelerated course first. It will help you to recognize and to know that how are you going to behave, what are you going to do in a situation in a closed classroom with so many people, interact with each other with so many people together, and you get used to it, and suddenly you can step into the traditional kind of study or education. So the traditional institutions are tailored and making efforts to improve the embedded accessory program by commitment to plan and carefully use existing resources. Okay, so today we have learned so much about accelerated program, which is the same as non-traditional education. It is in conclusion, I have to emphasize that non-traditional accelerated program means that the programs that may not have any tests, may not have any assessment, may not have any scheduled time, but the program that helps you to be relaxed, to give you a lot of the same as a traditional program, to give you knowledge and help you through anything that you need to know in the society, anything that you need to know in your career, and I think, yeah. So today we learned that it is an innovative support signal, a tidal wave of change for higher education. So accelerated programs include online study, for example, for profit institutions, colleges, and for non-traditional learners. So assessment are near to similar to the traditional education. So accelerated programs are more effective with non-traditional learner, operate at a significantly lower cost, and have similar or better learning outcomes. I think that's all for my live stream 7 today, and I hope you can subscribe to my channel and come to my live stream whenever you see one. But I don't really schedule time for my live stream. I just hop on doing my live stream anytime I want, so you can you can see if I'm in on the live. You can help support me and participate in the chat, and also subscribe to my program. And if you think if you're not already, and if you think you like my channel, and you can put a thumbs up or share it with a friend, and you can put some comments. If you don't like it, you can put a thumb down, anything you can do, or you like it, put a thumbs up, and you can leave a comment anywhere down below under the description section or in the comment section. Give me some feedback, that will be good. And anyway, thank you very much for listening and watching today, and until next time, and stay tuned and goodbye. Okay. know how to end this. Okay, end.